And still talking about making the impossible a possibility. Akwa in Lagos is making headlines in Nigeria through their music and passion for praise and worship in church. But there's also something special about them, their inability in disability. Find out what we mean by this ability in disability in this next report.
It's church day. The music is blaring and worshippers are taking their seats, eager for the sermons. Every Sunday, congregants of the Bethesda Home Church in Lagos, Nigeria's commercial capital, sing and dance to popular hymns. But there's a twist. The drummers, guitarist, keyboard player and choir are all visually impaired.
I asked them one day, did God ask you people to say this one is blind, this one is not blind? A blind person will force a sighted person to come to church, and you come and say, excuse me, stand up, and you now allow people sighted one, maybe they are rich or something, to stay in the front.
Although attitudes are changing, there are roughly 25 million people in Nigeria living with disabilities still face stigma and discrimination stemming from misconceptions surrounding the causes of disabilities. Fed up of seeing visually impaired people segregated in church, Chioma Ohakwe set up Bethesda 3 years ago to be a place where their musical talents could be nurtured and celebrated. Wearing crisp white shirts and matching red ties, the band rouses the congregation with melodic exaltations and a crash of cymbals. In the front row of the choir stands Nathaniel Nyudkwe, Mr. Blind, Nigeria, with a shock of bleach blonde hair and sparkling gold shoes.
Disability is not inability. It doesn't make one a non-entity. Rather, it brings out the potentiality of God to reality. Though the sight may not be there, but our vision is still very, very much intact. You understand? What's significant, and I want anybody out there as a visually impaired person or a disabled person to have in his mind is that there is a lot you can still do if you believe in yourself.
The home also assists the visually impaired to get university education or a vocational training of their choice. Ahmed Karim has just graduated from the University of Lagos with a bachelor's degree in history and strategic studies.
It's a family that wants you to be individual yourself, you want you to grow your personal self. That's the kind of family that Bethesda is. And that's what I've learned. That even with my blindness, I've still got a vision to push forward in life.
We also make sure that we get job for them, because when we train them finish and they go back to street, it's not a good one. So whenever they graduate, we go to different lands, federal, state government, private, to see that they get job.
Ohakwe is presently housing 126 visually impaired persons in the Bethesda home. Bureau Report, WION World is One.